Hello everyone, Russell Wright from CurationProfits.com. I'm the co-inventor of the Theme Zoom natural language processing and vertical online market analysis application. I want to introduce a book that I have found fun and amusing called The Information Diet. And it's really an amazing book because it talks a lot about the difference between information overload and information overconsumption. And this is a very strong parallel to the Curation Profits team belief that there is no such thing as information overload. There is only such thing as potential meaning overload. And Clay says it in his own way. Clay Johnson wrote this book, and we're covering it as a real-time news, industry news curation topic for Curation. And it relates to our belief system and our unique selling position, which is that you should stop over-consuming and start selling. So stop consuming and start selling. This is when I'm talking about mental IP, when I'm talking about creating your own unique niche, when I'm talking about sharing information, story flipping. The reason we call it Curation Profits is because most of the curation methods that we have learned are usually monetization models that don't really teach good business sense online. Now, some of the topics that I thought were very interesting in this book, let's go ahead and just look at. We've used our own curation methods actually to snag the title of this book and put it in our own PageRank website, Imposterous, which is a method of curation that we use. You can go ahead and see some of the basic information that he covers: history, scientific research, healthier lifestyle, increased civic effectiveness, stronger relationships. And so I like the way that he plays on comparing information consumption and to food and diet. For example, one of the things that he says in the video that he did in a live interview for O'Reilly Media is going on an information diet is kind of like trying to go on a diet. In other words, using technology as a solution, as a band-aid solution for the information overconsumption is kind of like going on a diet by rearranging the shelves on the refrigerator. And this is not good news for the technical curation industry, because he's talking a lot about the quality of the information is much more important than the amount of information, which is really the Theme Zoom, which is my company, the Theme Zoom MO. Go for the subject matter experts in your field and utilize journalistic approach to industry topics and themes by using people engines, not merely search engines, and integrating the machine world with the machine world with the human world to provide and find the contrast or the gray areas between debated topics within an industry niche, and then you can provide unique insight based on those differing opinions. Now, the information diet is a great way to position this idea that we have, that there's no such thing as information overload, there's only such thing as potential meaning overload. That was given to me as a concept by David Allen from GTD, Getting Things Done. And he was also mentioned in the interview on O'Reilly Media, which we actually have in our story of Clay on that media. And talking about GTD as being a band-aid, well, yes and no. I don't agree with everything that's being said in there, because as an expert in the topic of contextual selling, and having, one of my best friends being a neuroscientist and having communicated a lot through the years with neuromarketing and become pretty much a neuromarketing expert myself, I do know that technologies can help us filter. And as David Allen says, there's no such thing as time management, but there is such thing as action management. And there's nothing deeper than action management when it comes to taking the correct action of acquiring the correct sources and insights before you consume the information. So curation is not exactly the same as consumption. I don't really consume the information that I curate. That's why I really don't believe that most people who call themselves curators are really anything other than headline curators. They're not really content curators, they're headline curators, which is why the headline becomes so important, which is why it's very important to understand contextual selling. So stop consuming huge amounts of information and start selling your expertise and your subject matter approach to a topic. Learn how to research is really what this gets down to. Okay? Hope this has been helpful. I look forward to seeing you on the inside of CurationProfits.com. My name is Russell Wright. See you on the inside.